this initiative is not about putting state employees in nicer office space, although there's a side benefit of putting them in more productive space. We use way too much space per square foot. We use about 320 feet per square foot per state employee. Our private sector average is about 180 feet. So there's room to use space much more efficiently. But the other key point is that these buildings cost a fortune to heat and cool. The administration building that I work in was built in 1967. It needs a third roof. It's not economic to put a third roof on the building, but the state shouldn't really be, in my view, building a new building off its balance sheet when it owns so much valuable land, and when any private sector developer would be delighted to build a new office building for the state in exchange for a long-term lease commitment. And so the thrust of this effort is to sell non-core assets, and we've started to list some. You've probably read about the houses on Blunt Street and Person Street. There are a lot more that are a lot less visible. We did an inventory of the 20 closed prisons that we have in the state and found they hadn't even been appraised, let alone any thought given to whether there might be a higher and better use. One of them turned out to be across the street from the Billy Graham Center on the Billy Graham Parkway, a pretty valuable piece of real estate. The doors had just been closed, the gates locked a few years ago, and nobody had thought about what to do with it. So we've put that on the market. There are some other sites. Just driving around Raleigh, you can't help but see some sites where you say, is that really the highest and best use of this land? Should we really be storing vital records in hard copy at the corner of McDowell Street and Lane Street in downtown Raleigh? And so this takes a while, but it's an important focus for using state assets more efficiently, helping revitalize the northern half of Raleigh, making agencies think a little bit more critically about how much space they need and where that space needs to be.